Alright, hey guys, Jamie here, and in this video I'm going to do a quick review of this YIHUA8786D soldering station. Now this is something I bought off of Amazon, and they didn't send it to me. It's an honest review. Just like the oscilloscope, these are things that I'm buying to start working on my electronics hobby. And so I just thought I'd do a quick review of it because I think it's pretty nice. So as I mentioned, they didn't send it to me, or it's not a paid sponsorship. This is just what I think. Okay, so it's got several power switches. One of them being in the back, and you can turn on. And actually, this air is already on. And it's got power switch for the SMD rework, the hot air, and then a power switch for the soldering iron. It's got temperature control for the air, temperature control for the soldering iron, and then a quick cool hot button, and then also a knob to turn on or up the air volume. Okay, so real quick I want to show just how fast it actually heats up. So this has been off. It's not hot at all. You can see, right, touching it, it's not hot. And you can see that these are blinking saying the power is on, but neither of these are actually on. I'm going to turn the air down. So turn this guy on, and this is what the temperature was set at, 819. Okay, so let's go ahead and push this up all the way. Now you're not going to actually probably do any rework at 900 degrees. Oh, and so it's actually because it's sitting in the cradle and the air is off, it's not heating up. So it knows that it was still there, right? So that's the kind of cool thing is when it's on the cradle, right now the air is not blowing. Okay, so I can turn the air all the way up. It knows it's on the cradle. It knows it's not in my hand, and so it's off. Everything's off, even though everything I told it to be on, and I told the temperature to be high, and I've got the air on. It's not on right now. So as I pick it up, you can hear the air blow. You can see it starting to heat up. I mean, you can see how fast it's already at 600 degrees, 700 degrees, 800 degrees, and you can see I'm already at the point where I'm melting solder, right? So I mean, a couple of seconds and it's ready to go. Okay, and then I set it back on the cradle. You can see the temperature dropping. Okay, the air is still blowing because it's trying to cool it off. So as it gets down to a certain temperature, the air will turn off as well, which I think is a really nice feature. I can set it down, I can pick it up. Now it's staying around this temperature because it thinks I'm ready to, I'm going to obviously continue working. If I'm not ready to, if I'm ready to stop, then I'll turn down the air, right? But if I'm not ready to stop, I can pick it up and it'll be ready to go within a couple of seconds. As you can see, it knows I've picked it up, air kicked on to high, and it jumped up to temperature again. So it knows when you set it down on the cradle and it starts to lower the temperature already. Okay, so that was I thought that was kind of a really nice feature. Now even if I turn it off, it's reporting the temperature to me. So as I could see, it's too hot to grab or to try and change the tip. It comes with a bunch of different tips, and again, the air is still blowing, so it's trying to cool it off. Okay, it came with a bunch of different tips that you can switch out. I like this one, but it came with ones that are really big or really flat. And so we'll just turn on the soldering iron real quick. It's also set to 900 degrees, and it's blinking. Now this one will jump up in temperature. It doesn't know I've got it in the cradle. It's just always going to be whatever I set it at, and as I pick it up and put it down, it doesn't really know that I've done it like this thing does. Okay, and I'm not sure, it's got some kind of magnetic thing. This little switch, it's not a switch. This little cradle is not a switch, but it has to have some kind of magnetic sensor in the side that knows when I've set it down. The soldering iron takes a little bit longer than the hot air, and I don't know why, if they've got just different, obviously this is just a soldering iron, so it's standard as far as that goes. This thing obviously has got something else in here that the soldering iron doesn't have, but still, even in in less than a minute, I think I'm at temperature where I can probably start to solder. And the same kind of thing as I turn this off. Now this one doesn't give me any indication that the temperature's still high. This one does. So the hot air does, but the soldering iron doesn't tell me what the temperature is. So I would have kind of liked to have had the same functionality for the soldering iron as I did for the hot air. Like, let me know this thing's at 300 degrees, because I grab it and I don't know that it's hot. I don't know that that's 300 degrees, but if I turn this on, I'll see what the temperature is. It was 600 degrees, right? So, I mean, obviously I don't want to go accidentally handling this. So it really would have been nice if they would have just kept that same functionality over here that they did over here. So other than that, I think I really like it. Obviously, any soldering iron or any kind of hot thing you touch, you don't want to just grab it, right? You want to make sure, you want to find out what the temperature is, especially soldering irons. There's no indication this thing was on or whether it's hot or not. You should never handle a soldering iron, even if it's left there, even if it's laying on a table and it's unplugged. You don't want to just go over there and grab the hot end, right? That's just, you know, because who knows, the guy maybe just unplugged it, and then now you got a nice burn that you can show all your friends. So even though this temperature's here, even if this thing was off, right, this guy's 200 degrees, and so I don't want to just grab it and you know, touch it. So that's just common sense, safety kind of stuff. So even though this reports the temperature, you still want to be careful, because you just don't know. Okay. And that's enough about that. So I really like it. I mounted the soldering station onto the top. It comes up with a little thing with a sponge, obviously, that you can take off and clean and put back. And it's got screws that you can mount this securely to the top of it, which makes it nice. And I just keep it basically pushed back here until I'm ready to use it, and then I pull it forward a little bit and I'm ready to go. And that's pretty much it. That's just a quick review of this. I like it. It was a little on the higher end price, but I really wanted to get the hot air to start doing some surface mount stuff. And I actually got some of that, and I got some of this solder paste stuff to start do surface mount stuff. I also got it in a syringe type. So this, you just basically put this on the pads, put your component on the pad, and then hot air, and you got to hold the guy in place because the hot air will blow it out of the way, but you hold it in place, and then that will melt the solder around it. So it's actually, I've done it a couple times now just to kind of play with this thing, and I kind of like it. So I think I'll probably make a couple of videos on that, and I'll probably make some videos of me making some of these circuits. I've got like 2 books that just have like circuits to build. One was for like inventors, and the other was for oscilloscope circuits. And so I think I'll make a series of me learning all of this stuff. I think I showed you in the last video I soldered this thing together. I'll probably do some more stuff like this, and then I'll also make some of my own circuits on breadboards, and then I'll probably make some circuits on perf boards and show that process as well. I don't know that process 100%, so it won't be a me teaching you electronics kind of a series. It'll be more like, hey, why don't you watch me make all these mistakes so that maybe you don't make these mistakes, and maybe we can learn together. If you're just learning electronics, I'm just learning electronics, maybe we can learn together and feed off each other. Obviously in that series I'll probably be pretty clear that I'm not teaching you, I'm just showing you my journey through the process. And if any people that are good in electronics, they know how to use oscilloscopes, they know how to use soldering, they've got tips on how to solder, you know, please post that kind of stuff in the comments. I love to get feedback. Like when with my wood fence thing, I put the brace upside down. I've gotten hundreds of comments on the braces upside down, and I don't mind it because they're just trying to help me get better, and that's what this is all about for me, is us getting better, me helping you get better. Anyway, so as that series starts, you'll start to see me, you know, fumble around and make some circuits that will be useless and boring, but it's me trying to learn the process of electronics. All right, so that's it. Thanks for watching this video, and if you like it and subscribe and all that kind of stuff. I think I'll be hopefully making a lot more of the electronic stuff as I go, because I've got this whole station set up now. It's too late to turn back. All right, thanks for watching.